It's daytime, right? It is daytime and we have natural lighting. Isn't that wonderful? Today's topic is about sleep, and energy and rest and all of these things. Oh, hi, my name is Davi Jenda from at We Light Beans and at figure.8.energy. And today I have a lot of energy, and it's really interesting because I received a message today and somebody responded to my stories is like, do you ever sleep? And my response is not like most people, not like the typical amount of sleep. And it's because I have debunked that myth that we need a certain amount of sleep. And I know there's studies out there that are coming out now that's saying and if you're a woman, you actually need so much more sleep because of X, Y, and Z. And that may be the case for some people, but it's not the case for everybody else, because we are more than just our physical bodies, right? We are more than just a series of chemical reactions. We have energy bodies as well. And that's how I mainly operate. Years ago, I was, for the longest time, I've always been intrigued with energy work, like Tai Chi and yoga and different other elements of mysticism. And then when I started studying energy medicine, I was just like, whoa, you could actually operate from your energy body and just have more coherence in your body and just operate in a completely different way. And it also means that you don't necessarily need as much sleep as you think that you need, that you're told that you need. And then I hear you guys saying, but wait, what about science? And I'm here to tell you that science is a series of hypotheses that have been proven correct. So isn't it possible that could also be science, because it's a hypothesis that I've proven correct? Maybe I haven't done 15,000 studies and got 15 results. I'm referring to the pharmaceutical industry, by the way. It's a little slight in there of being able to have so many different tests and having 15 things that prove it correct, and so then we can put it on the market. It's the same thing with science. How many studies you have to do to prove that your hypothesis is correct for it to be existing? Science is just the study of. And so I'm here to say, as a living testimony, that we actually don't need as much sleep as that we are told that we need. And I discovered this, yes, through energy medicine, but also because the life that I was living before, it was very mission driven, and it was hustle. It's go, go, go. And it's not just that I need to be up and active. I have to be alert. I have to be physically capable of doing all these things. And so instead of just feeling burned out all the time, I had to figure out what worked for me in the lifestyle that I was living and the lifestyle that I wanted to continue to live. And so I was doing things like making sure I had an adequate self-care. I needed to make sure that my vessel could physically keep up with the demands. And so I was doing yoga every day. It was my thing. It's I have to get to my mat. I have to do yoga. And I had existing ailments. Since I was 13 up until I was 24 or 25, I had my right side of my body would just always be inflamed and in pain. I had knee issues. I couldn't be on my feet too long because my knee would start hurting, and then of course the knee's hurting, then your hips hurting, and then everything on that side just starts to hurt, and then your other side of the body is trying to compensate for it, so the muscles are out of whack. And then also with repetitive motions, I had gotten carpal tunnel and tendonitis to the point where I couldn't even use my right arm. I actually had to train myself to write with my left hand, and I still was working and hustling throughout the whole thing, because I've always just been I was raised this way, to be productive, to really tap into all that masculine energy. And I was also the daughter of 3 daughters, the child of 3 daughters that wanted to fill that void of not having a son in the family. So I naturally was trying to be more doing. And with all of that action, in my very petite frame, what am I, 100 pounds at most, 5'2", 5'3", whatever. And so being able to do all of these things, it seems kind of impossible. And Well, yeah, I basically slept like nap style for years as well, like our 3 hour increments, like oversleep, because I'd stay up a lot of the night doing a lot of different things for the restaurant, or the food truck, and preparing for all of that, and then like working most of the day and taking like breaks in the middle of the day to do more energy work, to do more yoga so my physical body could do it, and then the energy work so like a dog could just like flow and not just be able to get me to the point where I'm functioning, but where I'm functioning at like a high operating level where I'm still alert. I can still direct people to do different things. I can still do what I need to do. And yeah, sure, there were moments where I was just like not right at my best. It's because I hadn't completely figured out the whole flow of everything, and it also coincides with like how you eat as well. You know, like food should be used for energy, it can be used for other things as well. And a lot of our American experience with food is like, oh, it's a sensory thing, it's like here for serotonin to make us feel good, it tastes good, and we're having this experience with it and it's making us feel full, so that like that must be what food is for. But actually food should also be used to give you energy. So you'll see that they say that energy for food is measured in calories, but if you want to go more into it, look up angstroms, ANGSTROMS. Angstroms, that's how food is also measured, by the amount of energy that's in the item. And I feel like I'm speaking really fast right now. It's just like this stream of energy that's going through me. I will also like to preface this with like, I am caffeine free. I do not do caffeine. Sometimes I'll do cacao. Like last night I had a little bit of cacao, and that like really got me going. But you know, it's not affecting me on a level where my adrenals are being super stimulated by it, and that's how I'm functioning. Because if you're using a lot of caffeine to get your adrenals to go running, like you are just like putting so much strain on your body, on that organ, to do all these things. And whenever you're messing with your adrenal glands and you're messing with your body's natural ability to regulate energy, to produce energy, and also your adrenals are responsible for your reproductive system, for like your hormones, so that can lead to hormonal imbalances. And then whenever there's hormonal imbalances, then we have imbalances in our mind, and that's where things like bipolar, ADHD, all of these different things. So it's like really important that we know how to navigate our energy bodies to cater towards the life that we are living. Now, I don't have a restaurant, I don't have a food truck, but you know, when I got out of that, I was pregnant, I had a child and a single mom. So it's like, I need energy to do all of this. And for those of you who are mothers, have gone through the whole parenting thing, you know that newborn life is very much just like every hour to 2 hours you are feeding your child. So not only do you have to be awake for that, and you don't get that those increments of sleep that people are typically getting, well, now your body is needing to produce all of these nutrients for your child as well, and so it's pulling nutrients from your blood. So that's also where like higher vibrating foods come in handy. And typically if the food's higher vibrating, it's going to have a lot more minerals and vitamins and things of that nature too. So like you're getting energy for your body, getting charged, and it's also able to provide that nutrients towards your child as well. And it doesn't stop after about the newborn stage, because like, how long does it actually take? It depends, like if you're co-sleeping, or how long you're breastfeeding, if you're breastfeeding at all, if you have help. But for me, it's like I've been traveling around since like whatever. I stopped for like almost a year whenever I was pregnant with my youngest one, but still I was very much like go go go, do. I didn't have the luxury of just resting, and so, you know, food, energy work. Another thing that I found, so I'm gonna like scoot back and just like kind of explain to you my day. I probably went to bed around like 12:40 a.m. woke up around 5:30 a.m. and Rian woke up at like 6:30. This was like the first instance in like over a week where I actually woke up before Rian, because typically I have a toddler jumping on me being like, it's a sunny day, and just like ready to run. He's like that double fire, you know, he's like ready to experience the day. And because adventure life, there's always something that we're doing, and so he's always looking forward to experiencing everything. And when I say like adventure life, yeah, like I am on the go. If we're not like relocating to a new environment for whatever situation, I am planning events because I am very mission driven as well. Like, yes, I'm a mom, but I'm so much more than a mom. And being a mom is already very demanding, you know. There's already like so much that you're required to do, and then just daily living, you know, like there's household things, there's mom things. You still got to feed yourself, you still got to feed your children, and then all of the other 3D things that need to be done as well. And also like planning stuff. So today, you know, we had a little bit of me time, played with Rihanna a little bit, and then we get up and we go to the store, and then we come back so I can drop off everything, and then we have another meeting for the next location that we're going to be in for like next month. And you know, like what's also helpful is operating in this way. I am, and being okay with it. Like there's a lot of shame around the way that I operate for a long time. Like people were very opinionated, but once I like stopped really caring about all of that, like really caring, letting it affect me, things just got so much better because I realized like, hey, this is my life. Like I'm living my life in the way that I want to live. Everybody gets to choose that for themselves. And so if this is a crazy lifestyle for you, well, guess what? It's a crazy lifestyle for you, and you should continue living life the way that you want to live it and the way that you're living right now. And just like let us flow in the way we need to. Everybody's dharma is a little bit different, so you know, your life just may be different from mine. So I have to be very conscious of my energy body. And so like today I've been running off of fluids, right? Kombucha is living. And one of the meetings I had today, they gave me some kombucha, so that's living. And then I had juice, so that's like higher vibe too. And also my body's not using a bunch of energy to break down anything. It's just like readily available and it's absorbing. It's going straight into my bloodstream. So like, yeah, like there's sugar in there as well. So like now I'm feeding my brain. My body has all of these vitamins and minerals in them. I'm feeling hydrated. So like I'm getting what I need to do to like go on all these things. And then when I'm having these meetings, like I'm around other individuals who are along the same wavelength as I am, and it's always like these really divine interactions. And so I'm feeling really energized from these interactions as well, the conversations that we have, like the potentials of all the things that are happening in the future. And then I go and I have another errand that I need to do. And like this being is also along the wavelength of like, okay, let's high vibrating things. And so now we're introducing like foods to it. She did give me a cold pressed juice as well, but that's for later. But she provided like raw fruits for Rihanna and I. So we have that. And then just like being in good company, like feeling that love energy from your friends, your community, your family, like all of these things really help to keep you in a higher vibration so that you have more energy, feel more motivated to like go out and do. And then I had another meeting, and so this is all before 12:30, okay? All before 12:30 because I plan life around nap time, because during nap time it's me time, right? So if I do feel like I need a little more sleep because maybe like I'm processing something like internally, or I'm feeling kind of tuckered out from like another thing, like I do take those opportunities to go to sleep as well. And so right now, like I don't feel like I need to take a nap. I feel like I have the energy to pour into this, which is great, because I was also inspired with like a topic to talk about feeling so energized and not being on caffeine, right? There's also like different herbs that you can use that are more gentle with your body that can help to give you energy too, but really it's a case by case basis. And I do consultations for life. Everything's so holistic, so like from anything from like I've done it to where I can analyze the person's life and the things that they are doing, like what their work demands, what their schedules are like, if they have how much time they do have to prep food, and I cater towards that and what the person prefers to eat. And I, of course, everything is vegan, but I do make it so that the person can enjoy it, because I still believe that food should be an experience that you enjoy. And so like I've done stuff like that where I've was able to go through and analyze all of these things, and then couple it with like some spirituality work, some some like inner things a person can do, and then set them up with a routine, a schedule, and certain foods, and like even give them recipes that are specific to them, and just, you know, kind of like try to streamline things to make people's lives flow easier, because we all have a different life. So that's a service that I offer as well. And so now I'm just like really talking about my life. And so the other meeting that I had, it was very invigorating for me because, like I said, I'm very passionate about my projects. And so when it comes to mission aligned things, like that's also what's fueling me in my life. And I have like so many different things, that, like so many purposes and stuff that I'm supposed to do. And, you know, like really showing up for my children and leading them in that way, and being able to exist in a way where like I'm not sacrificing what makes me feel aligned with source. I'm still doing mission work, and it's giving me energy so I can still show up to be a mother. And there's like kind of a lot that goes into that. But basically what I want to say is like, so then I strategically plan it so that we're at the playground and having this meeting and talking about an event that's coming up in December that is going to be such an intense transformational experience, and being more and more aligned with people who want to offer these things, and being able to collaborate and bring these things to the community is just like, I feel the ripples of energetic effect that it's going to have. Like what I was talking about yesterday's video, the preemptive energy, like feeling things preemptively, that's a lot of what happens before going into these events. Like I'm feeling the potential of what's going to happen, and then when it actually happens, it's that feeling, but then it's so much more intense and so much more beautiful, and it's motivating for the next thing. And so you know, I had that experience and was able to like feel really charged from that, because I'm feeling really aligned. And what I'm going to say, just like reeling it back, is, you know, when I talk about charging your foods and charging your waters and praying and doing all these things to put in your energetic vortex what you want to experience, it works. Like it works on so many levels. Like I was thinking about today, like I pretty much put in my vortex like the same things over and over again. Like sometimes there'll be like a little variance there, but like today I was analyzing. I was like, okay, like this is something that I've been putting in my vortex every single day, and I'm seeing it show up in so many different ways, and these are how it showed up in my day to day. And, you know, feeling the gratitude for that, never taking anything for granted, not just being like, I want this and so it's going to happen, and put it in my vortex, and just like taking. It's like you need to be able to release gratitude as well, because that energy is sending out signals to your guides to be like, yes, more of this. So like when you allow yourself to feel excited about things, when you allow yourself to feel those emotions that sometimes you may be a little nervous to feel because you have some wounding there, that's just like, oh, but if I feel excited about something and then it's not going to happen and I don't want to jinx it and all that stuff, like that's energy you're putting into your vortex, so then it's not going to happen. And it's like, you don't have to do that. Allow yourself to feel excited. And if something in the if you get excited about something that doesn't turn out to be the way that you thought it was going to be in the future, it's like, don't beat yourself up about it when that happens, because like you still were able to feel the excitement of the thought, right? And so that is empowering you. I do have a lot of things I still want to do today. I'm going to rest. Another thing that I've talked about before is like human design. Like it's really important. Like I'm a splenic projector, so I do not generate my own energy, and so that's why I do focus on my foods, the way I set up my life, the interactions that I have, why I channel energy from the divine and from the earth, and why I have an energy budget when it comes to people. It's not because like of whatever reasons, it's literally just because I love myself enough to be like, I don't like have the capacity to handle this right now, because maybe I need this energy for something else. And like there's nothing wrong with doing that. Nothing wrong at all. Before I go into the instant insight cards, I do want to show you how to do the divine light channeling. I feel like I show this a lot and I talk about it a lot, but it's always good to have that reminder. So if you guys want to do it with me, you can. I'm going to do the physical motions of it, but it's not necessary. Most of the time, I'm not doing the physical of it. I'm sitting down and I'm visualizing this process. So you want to come to your breath, right? And ground yourself in your breath, in your body. So inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. I'm going to actually relocate the camera because there's a radio on and I don't know how much sound interference that you're receiving right now. So, you know, give you guys a better video experience than I had been giving y'all recently with my nighttime and chats and light interference. Okay. Thank you for saving space. Okay. Right here. Okay, so coming to your breath, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. And every time you exhale, just allow your body to just like relax. So feel where your body has some energetic tension and where it's trapped, and just allow it to release. Continuing to focus on your breath, you're going to envision a light stemming from the heavens. And so there's a grid around the earth, you know, a grid with all these lines, and you have a particular point on there. So you're going to see your point right there and pull in divine light from that point into your crown chakra, imagining it going down your neck, down your spine, making a loop at the bottom, coming back up, 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 spilling out over your crown chakra, filling in any tears, holes, fractures, cracks that may be in your force field. And then inhaling, pulling that energy down your crown again. Exhaling at the bottom, making a loop up, up, up. Now spilling out over your shoulders, through your arms, through your hands, and off of your fingertips. Okay, so it's activating your crown, your hand chakras. You should be able to feel the energy go all the way through. That stretch that you feel, that's energy going through your body. So again, 2 more times, in through your crown, neck, spine. Exhale, looping up, 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 spilling out over your crown chakra, filling in any of those remaining tears, holes, fractures, cracks. Okay, inhale. Exhale, inhale, pulling down, 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 making up at the bottom, coming back up, spilling out over your shoulders, through your arms and your hands. Feel that. In through your crown, down your neck, down your spine, making a loop at the bottom, coming back up, 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 spilling out over your crown chakra, filling in any of those holes, tears, cracks, fractures, and you should basically see like this ball around you, and this is like golden paint like going over top of it, just like spilling out over it, down. Okay, inhale, energy back up, pulling down through your crown. Exhale, looping back up. Inhale, pushing it out. Exhaling, just allowing your breath to move the energy as you intuitively feel it needs to. Okay, so we have just pulled divine light into our upper half of our body. So now what we're going to do, as above, so below. So we're going to pull energy up from the earth. So find your feet planted on the ground about hip width apart, and envision the core of the earth, and envision a grid around that whole cord, and then core, and you have an energetic point on that spot. So envision that, see whatever color it is, and then pull that energy up and connect it to your root chakra, you're pulling this energy up, and then you're going to push the energy in front, and you're going to like put it in the front part of the chakra. So you have a ball of energy, keep pulling it up, pushing it to the front. It's like sweeping any stagnant energy too, pulling up, pushing. Okay, and then now you're going to allow the energy to spill down, go through your legs, your calf, through your feet, and into the earth. And imagine it going into the earth like roots trickling in. You're releasing any dense energies, thanking Pachamama for taking all of this energy, and then pulling energy up through the core again, into the front, spilling down into the earth, and pulling it up again through your root, down your legs, through your feet, into the earth again. And you can do that as much as you want until you really feel grounded and good. And so now what you have done is you've pulled energy up from the earth, right? So you're charged with that. You've pulled energy from the divine, so you're charged with that. You can do this anytime you get tired, fatigued, and you will just feel clear energy, not like this manic energy that caffeine gives you, right? Like you still have your mental clarity, but now like you have physical coherence as well, and you also feel extremely connected to the divine and to the earth, because whenever you're channeling energy from any of these things, you are allowing your vessel to receive codes, and so like the healing that you will undergo is absolutely incredible as well. I am now actually going to pull an inside card. Like I said, there's still some things I need to do. I want to juice for at least the next 3 days. I'm gonna sit down and rest a moment, and there's some other like motherly things I need to do that I'm not going to share on here just because it doesn't matter. And maybe I'll eat. Maybe I'll ground myself, since I am feeling. I'll ground myself and rest a little bit, just because it feels nice to just come down before I have to be like full energy again when my boy wakes up. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use this insight card. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I just feel like such a character sometimes. So I can like talk, and then when I see myself in the video, I'm just like, oh, hey, you character. What face are you making? Why did you make that face? Does it really matter? Sometimes I can't watch these videos back, and sometimes I do, because it's just interesting to see how I show up. Anyways, our insight is health. It's about health. Health applies to every area of life. Today, you have the full potential to be healthy in your financial situation, your relationships, and your body. Breathe deep and go that extra mile. So a great way to make sure that you are in good health is to monitor your energy and to take into account where your energy is going out, how much energy you may need, and where you are finding the energy to do those things. If you do it in a way that is very helpful to your vessel, a clean way by channeling it, or by getting it from your foods, that isn't putting your organs in a stressful state, or making your mind go all wonky. It's like those things are really important. So whenever you are taking care of your health in that way, right, it's like mind, body, soul. So whenever we have that holistic approach and we are taking care of ourselves in these different ways, it spills out into other areas of our life. And so you can have this energetic coherence and put intentions for your financial situation to be healthy, for your relationships to be healthy, and your physical body to be healthy. And it's by working with your energy body, right? So the mental energy of the idea first, and then putting that into your vortex, and then the things that I've shared with you as well. So we have an affirmation: I am whole, healthy, happy, and wise. I bless this state of being and continue to exercise my positive attitude throughout the day, because your attitude will give you energy as well. You know, keeping up that high vibe. And I do want to mention that it is normal to dip. It's actually really good to dip in your frequency spiral, because it gives you information of things that you need to work on so that you can be in a higher state of being. So I think that's all. I feel like I gave you a lot of information and I only did it in 30 minutes. So maybe that's because I was talking really fast. Speaking really fast. Who knows? I love y'all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And know that it's possible. It's possible not to be tired all the time. It's possible not to be jacked up on caffeine. And if caffeine is your go-to, and I know because your body has a dependence on it, and there is going to be a process for you to wean yourself off, just like give yourself grace. Know that it is possible to achieve a state of being where you are not subscribed to that type of operation, and your body will feel so much better for it. Like, you won't feel dependent on an extra substance. And that's one of my big things, is like, I never want to feel dependent on an outside substance. I don't want that to be able to control how I feel. And so, you know, taking charge of the energy body is a great way to navigate that. All right, with all of those words, I love you so much. Peace, love, lightness, and gratitude always.